a father, a son, and a test beyond human comprehension. One man dared to question the beliefs of an entire civilization. One man walked into fire and emerged unscathed. One man faced the ultimate test of faith and changed history forever. This is the miraculous story of Prophet Ibrahim's ultimate sacrifice, a moment that would define devotion, trust, and submission to the divine. But imagine, could you make the same sacrifice? Could you trust in the unseen, even when everything is on the line? Stay with us as we uncover one of the most powerful moments in history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories of faith and devotion. The young rebel against idolatry. In the heart of Babylon, a young boy looked upon the world around him and questioned what no one else dared to ask. How could lifeless stones, carved by human hands, hold divine power? Ibrahim said, "Father, these idols, they cannot speak, nor move, nor protect themselves. How can they protect us?" Father said, "Silence, Ibrahim. You insult the gods." But Ibrahim knew. The stars, the moon, the sun, they all rose and set. They were not gods. There was only one, unseen, yet present in everything. Ibrahim said, "I submit to the Lord of the universe, the fire that could not burn." King Nimrod said, "You reject our gods, boy? Then let your Lord save you from the fire." The impossible happened. Ibrahim emerged unscathed. The fire had lost its power over him. The sun, the sacrifice. The account of Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice begins with his pilgrimage to Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ibrahim was born in Babylon, present-day Iraq. Ibrahim's community practiced paganism and idol worship, and his father was a master sculptor and craftsman. Ibrahim grew up with little regard for the idols and eventually came to completely reject their worship in his community. He questioned how idols constructed of wood and stone, fashioned by humans like his father, could be the people's gods while giving no benefit or damage. Ibrahim, continued to reflect, looking at the sky and the natural environment surrounding him. Eventually, he submitted in his heart to the Lord of the universe, whom he believed to be the sole creator of this beautiful planet. This act of submission was the first of many that Ibrahim would commit with his newfound faith in the one Lord of the universe. Ibrahim was inspired by Allah to bring the people to the truth in his society, and as a result, he endured numerous hardships, including being thrown into a roaring fire by his own father. Despite these tribulations, Ibrahim never wavered in his faith and submission to Allah, the one God. Many people were impressed by the miracle of escaping the fire unhurt, yet they remained skeptical. Years later, Ibrahim, who was established in his mission, and his family, who were also going through tribulations in their commitment to Allah, had a dream in which Allah directed him to sacrifice his only son, Ismail, Despite the difficulty, Ibrahim once again surrendered to Allah's will, acknowledging that this was a test of his faith during this stage of his prophethood. He invited Ismail to accompany him to Mount Arafat to execute the sacrifice. Ibrahim informed his son, Ismail, about his dream, and Ismail, who later became a prophet, had the same steadfast faith in Allah and surrendered himself. Just as Ibrahim was about to make the sacrifice, Allah interrupted and said, "O Ibrahim, you have realized the vision, and now you will be rewarded." Allah sent a ram to Ibrahim to be sacrificed instead of Ismail. "And we ransomed him with a great sacrifice." Quran 37:107. The spiritual essence of Qurbani, honoring Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice. Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, is one of the most significant celebrations in Islam, observed by millions of Muslims around the world in the holy month of Dhul Hijjah. This sacred occasion commemorates the unwavering faith and obedience of Prophet Ibrahim, who was willing to sacrifice his beloved son, Prophet Ismail, in submission to Allah's command. However, Allah, in His infinite mercy, replaced Ismail, AS, with a ram, affirming that it was never about the sacrifice itself, but rather the depth of devotion and sincerity behind the act. The significance of Qurbani. To honor this divine trial and ultimate act of faith, Muslims worldwide perform Qurbani, the ritual sacrifice of an animal, typically a goat, sheep, cow, or camel, as an offering to Allah SWT. This symbolic act reinforces key spiritual and ethical values, including total submission to Allah SWT. Just as Ibrahim, a demonstrated unwavering obedience, Muslims reflect on their own commitment to faith and devotion, compassion and generosity. The sacrifice is divided into 3 parts, one for the individual performing Qurbani, one for relatives and friends, and one for those in need, ensuring that the blessings of Eid are shared with the less fortunate. Reminder of gratitude and detachment from materialism. The story of Ibrahim, AIS, teaches that worldly possessions should never outweigh our devotion to Allah. The Sunnah of Qurbani, preparing for the sacrifice. In keeping with the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, performing Qurbani requires sincerity, careful preparation, and adherence to Islamic guidelines. Scholars recommend that before making the sacrifice, Muslims should reflect on its deeper meaning and approach the ritual with purity of heart. Additionally, according to the majority of scholars, it is recommended to refrain from cutting one's hair, nails, or skin from the start of Dhul Hijjah until the sacrifice is completed. According to the Hanbali school of thought, this abstention is mandatory, aligning with the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, who advised his followers to observe this practice as an act of devotion, a time for reflection and giving. Beyond the act of sacrifice itself, Eid al-Adha serves as a powerful reminder of our responsibilities to our faith, our families, and the wider community. In a world where millions struggle with hunger and poverty, Qurbani is an opportunity to extend kindness and support to those who need it most. By donating a portion of the sacrifice or offering financial contributions to trusted charitable organizations, Muslims can ensure that struggling families enjoy a nourishing meal and feel the blessings of Eid. Join the cause, share your blessings. This Eid al-Adha, as we reflect on the profound lessons of faith, sacrifice, and generosity, let us remember those who are less fortunate. Countless families around the world face hardship, unable to afford the basic necessities of life. By donating your Qurbani to Islamic relief, you can help provide essential food supplies to those in need and spread the true spirit of compassion and unity that Eid represents. May Allah SWT accept our sacrifices and grant us the ability to help others, just as Ibrahim, AS, and Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, exemplified. Ameen. The legacy of sacrifice, a story of faith and devotion. For generations, this act of obedience has been remembered, a moment that tested faith, strengthened trust, and defined submission to the Almighty. Each year, millions around the world come together, honoring this sacrifice not just through rituals, but through acts of generosity, sharing, and compassion for those in need. But this story is more than history. It is a message that transcends time, a powerful reminder that true faith requires trust, and true trust demands surrender. So we ask you, what does sacrifice mean to you? Is it giving to those in need, letting go of personal desires for a greater cause, or trusting in His plan, even when it feels impossible? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's inspire and learn from each other. And if you love stories of faith, history, and devotion, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible content. Eid Mubarak to you and your loved ones. May this Eid bring peace, faith, and endless blessings.